time, seeking out adventures and new lands. Not Scotland, though. He'd give that a miss. I bet Zach Hannaway's never been to Canusie, muttered Danny as he flicked through the comic. It'd last about 5 minutes. Then he'd leave because it's so boring. Next year, said Danny's mum, glancing at him in the mirror again. I absolutely promise that next year we'll go somewhere different. Look, I grew up here and I loved it. And Granny grew up here and loved it too. In fact, she never left. Lived her all her life. Danny said nothing. The thought of living in Canusie all your life left him speechless. It is beautiful, isn't it? There's tons of space and the beach at Clutie Bay is so close. And there's wildlife. Midges, muttered Danny. Anyway, his mum added, I've packed the cool box with taram salata this year since Granny can't get it in the spa. Danny looked at the cool box by his feet and imagined the pots of pink, fishy spread in there. Yum. At least he had that. How he loved taram salata. Great with crackers, or pitta. You can make this work, Danny, said his mum. There's fun to be had up here. You just have to make it happen. Chapter 2. Adventure? Gunfire. Bullets. No. Spears. Tiny ice javelins hurled by deadly assassin snow hamsters wearing charm-woven armour. Use your shield, Danny! Quick, use your... Rah! Danny sat up in bed, blinking. Just a dream. There were no assassin snow hamsters. It was just the Scottish rain beating against his bedroom window. He pulled back the curtains, made from cream fabric with tiny roses, chosen a lifetime ago by his mum when this was her room. Outside, her car was gone. She was already driving home. Granny Flora's farmhouse was squat and square, and Danny's room was on the side, its window looking down over the single-storey outbuilding that was built alongside. Beyond, there was an old stone barn, standing empty as usual, and Danny could just make out Granny's friend Roddy Eye feeding the chickens in a fenced coop further off, oblivious to the summer downpour. Rain and Roddy and nothing else, Danny muttered. Typical. Danny thought of his best friend Cal, who always went on great holidays. Last year he went to Australia for 3 weeks. At Easter he did a city break in Paris. This summer he was in the USA. What was he up to now? Eating a giant hamburger? Tracking grizzly bears in the mountains? Riding a moose and wearing a full cowboy outfit? Did they have moose or mooses or meese in the USA? Who knew? All Danny knew was that he was in Canusie again. Excitement factor 0. Possibility of excitement occurring also 0. As Danny dressed, he made the same wish he always made when he arrived at his granny's house for the summer. That something exciting might happen. But what? What was even possible in Canusie? A helicopter piloted by kittens landing in the farmyard? A crack appearing in the fabric of time just to the left of Granny's chicken coop? Roddy Eye saying no for once? All Roddy ever said was, aye. Has anything exciting ever happened here? Danny asked his granny when he got downstairs. She was sitting at the kitchen table, working on a crossword, several pencils stuck into her messy bun of thick grey hair. The muggy, oaty scent of porridge filled the air. Exciting? She asked, like she hadn't tried the word out for some decades. Yeah, you know, an adventure, fun, something a bit woo, said Danny. Granny Flora put her crossword down and stuck her pencil in her hair, creating an Aztec-style headdress of HBs. Roddy, has anything exciting happened here? She shouted over her shoulder. Danny hadn't spotted Roddy, sitting in the chimney nook by the fire, knitting quietly. Aye, he said in an of course kind of way. Ah, yes, said Granny. There was that time old Murdo McMurdo was snowed in for 6 days and lived on cat food and turnips. About 10 years ago, wasn't it, Roddy? Aye, said Roddy, nodding. Danny frowned.